what's up? So this is gonna be the mid-budget updates. Not extremely significant updates, but I'm just gonna go through quickly. All right. So as for the skill tree, nothing has changed. All right. You still can see your notes, all of this. Everything is still the same. All right. What has changed is actually the skill gems and the items. So I'm just gonna jump straight into it. Um, First of all, what has changed is I'm no longer going to use recommend using Calling Strike. So I'm going to put Ice Spear instead. Alright. So what Ice Spear is going to do is it actually gives a lot more damage. A lot more damage, and this is actually what the build is lacking, right? Single target damage. So with Ice Spear and GMP, right? If you were to go to the left side on your POB, right, click your cospri trigger and change Ice Spear to first form all projectiles, you can see that your Ice Spear is actually dealing more damage than your Ice Nova. Yes, than your 6-link Ice Nova. So this is really how strong Ice Spear is, alright? And with this significant increased amount of damage, you are just going to ramp up your DPS by a lot more. Okay, really a lot more. So just do take note of that. And this is the one of the major changes. The rest of them, there is really nothing much that has been changed. Okay, in terms other than like just a little bit of like quality stuff. So like, oh, okay, wait, so like Cyclone, you don't really need quality on this. I have removed. So whichever that can be improved slightly a little bit without spending too much currency, I have listed it over here. Right, and as for the items, right, for the items, what has changed is first of all your gloves. Okay, I have changed this in such a way that we no longer want to craft the attack speed, so we want to craft this +1 to socketed AoE gems, and then there is this increased hero effect, which is really good for your Ice Nova as well. But the whole point here, right, is to have your vortex debuff here on your gloves. Okay, why? So first of all, vortex is an AoE, but this is really not what we're looking for. What we're really looking for is actually on your curse. Okay, apparently I only just realized this recently that the hex curse has an AoE tag. So basically what happens is the +1 is going to apply to your curse skills also, right? And this is going to improve all our cold damage penetration by maybe, okay, not extremely high amount, but both of them is just going to buff up better. Okay, and now that I've removed the attack speed, where is the attack speed going to be? So first of all, it's going to be on your ring. That's the first one. Okay, you can have 5, 6, 7%. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Just make sure, whatever it is, just make sure it does not, your attack speed for Cyclone just does not go above 7.57. Okay, you can have lower than 7.57. I think you can even have like 7.1 something. It is fine. It is fine. Okay, just don't go above 7.57. And what I have changed is, or what I suggest is that I did not do the changes here, but I would suggest you to change the Sulfur Flask instead of movement speed to one that has immunity to poison. Okay, this is something that is personal preference. I am also using the poison immunity, but if you still want a movement speed, it is fine. Okay, and next, right, the changes is actually here. So we no longer actually need the corrupted blood jewel because we are already using this amethyst flask with the immunity to bleeding and corrupted blood effect, right? So I really don't see the need for that anymore. Maybe in a high budget you can put one, but now it's not so important. So I've changed this to just a very base jewel with crit multiplier and attack speed. So with 5 and 6 over here, 11% is the cap that you should have on your APS. All right, so you can go lower than 11%, but do not go higher than that. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the changes. This is basically just the changes for this build. All right, there is really not not much, but just bear in mind that there are some things that that, like, let's say if you're still gonna die very often, right? Please just do check if your resist is capped. Sometimes your resistance is not capped, or maybe you have just too low ES because you are not level up yet, and make sure your evasion is above 70%. Okay, 70% is the very nice, above 70% is the very nice figure where you dodge almost everything, and you're actually going pretty fast already, so you just freeze everything and just spin your way to kill them. The DPS or the spike, power spike increase from the low to the mid budget is very significant. So like, let's say if you are struggling to kill a map boss in your low budget, you can see that when you transit into the mid budget, you can probably see that this is going to be like times 3 or times 4 faster. Okay, so yeah, for the rest of them, okay, I have actually updated the notes. There will be like one very common questions asked, so everything is here. Okay, just read through it. And another thing I want to mention is some of you actually asked, so what do I actually farm better with this build? Okay, I would say the three best is actually Legion, Harvest, Redraw. Okay, this is the three. Legion is definitely the best. Okay, I put here probably the best, but you know, some people have some debates and stuff, but I can tell you Legion is definitely the best. No doubt. Okay, but sometimes, you know, it's just a bit tiring when you just click too many things and run around. Okay, Harvest is very good now. I'll do an update video on this strategy, but it's really just the chillest strategy you can farm. Click whichever the plot that has the highest amount of rare monsters and just kill them and pick up life force. That's all. There's only 3 things you can sell in Harvest. Okay, maybe 4, but the 3 different colors of life force, and maybe the what is that? The thing that drops on the boss. Okay, I suddenly can't remember the name, but okay, whatever. So Retro is a lot more of RNG, but it's very nice because it's just within a circle and you just spin everything and kill everything. Alright. The worst is Expedition. Okay, the worst is really Expedition. Yes, it gives the most currency in the whole game, like by farming it, by really killing stuff, but there's just too many mods that limits this build. Okay, so here are just some examples, but there are actually a lot more. Like, no cold damage, cannot leech, cannot crit. This is the 3 suffix remnant that no matter what it is, you cannot do Expedition. Okay, you cannot take it. The moment you take it, you break the build. There is no way to clear already. Right, and then there are other mods like less crit damage, maybe block, spell block, and what else? There is the okay, if you buff up the rare monsters too much, like runic monsters regenerate 30% health per 4 seconds, and then they have block, then you have reduced damage, and then you have reduced crit, 100% chance to avoid being chill and freeze. That one is also very painful. So yeah, just Expedition is the worst. Okay, I really do not recommend. Right, so for the rest, just have a very quick look. And I just want to say the Google spreadsheet has already been updated, so if you see any errors, just let me know. Alright, I'm just going to do a very quick recap or overview of actually what are the changes between the previous version and this version. So first of all is your cospri trigger. Alright, your cospri trigger, okay, I'm just going to put skill gems. Alright, I think it's going to be easier for everyone to see. So cospri trigger, Cowling Strike to Ice Spear. Okay, right, so this is one. Let me just go through a quick one. Yeah, so this is all for the skill gems actually, and then we go into items. Right, items. So number 1 is gloves, bench craft, or what is that called actually? Best run +1 AoE gems instead of attack speed percentage. Okay. Yup. And with that said, right, So what else is there? Oh, actually, wait. There's one more thing. My bad. So on Prism Guardian, I think the previous one was determination, right? The previous one was determination, so change to Val Grace. Okay, change to Val Grace, and yep, that's it for that. Okay, next is the gloves, the rings. Sorry, so rings 1, dex plus attack speed. Any, okay, I'm just gonna put any percentage for easier understanding. And yep, this is the first ring, and the second ring, ring 2. Okay, I shouldn't put rings. Alright, ring 2 is dex plus resist. Okay, and your belt, benchcraft dex plus in. Okay, it's all here. And then for flask, granite flask change to jade flask because we are going evasion now. Okay, and the last one is your base jewel. Alright, base jewel, no longer, okay, I think I need to no longer need crafted blood. Oops, sorry, it override that thing. Let me just put it here. I think it's better. Should I just bump it up so it's easier to see? Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll just reduce one size. Okay, I think this is better. Okay, so no longer need crafted blood implicit. And then the last one is basically this, right? Your change to crit multi plus attack speed jewel. Alright, and yes guys, that is all. That is all the changes for the mid-budget build. I'm just going to show you a quick gameplay now of how the mid-budget feels like on a normal map with Harvest. So let's go. Alright guys, I'm just going to show you a quick one on how the new mid-budget feels like. Honestly, there's not extremely significant change, just that we have changed our cospri trigger to Ice Spear, and this is going to help us deal with single target a lot more better. Okay, it's really super strong as compared to like the mid-budget. The low budget, you can see that the damage output is just nearly triple or 4 times of it. Okay, and honestly the rest is just very much like the same. Okay, in terms of AoE, just because that I have changed the gloves benchcraft, it is not an extremely significant change also, but just some minor upgrades. Alright. Ah, no. Ay. It went into me. Yeah, I took the oh my god, it's so laggy, what the hell? I took the, what's that, the common spirit possessing players. What the heck, it was very laggy when he possessed me. Did he possess my computer as well? It was so freaking laggy. Okay, we have a harvest here. I'm just gonna do it. 1-1. So yeah, I think this is also a very good example to show you how much more single target DPS we have. Okay, like it's actually quite a significant difference in terms of single target. That's what I can say. I would say there's about like 1 to 2 million more. That's really a lot for Ice Nova build, just from the Ice Spear skill gem alone. So it's like, yeah, your Ice Nova is gonna do the job for for clearing all of the other packs of monsters, and your Ice Spear is just there to deal additional extra damage that this build is really lacking in single target. And also, I just want to mention one more thing, like for those of you that are really somehow still dying in this build, you really gotta check what is going on. Like, check your resistance. First and foremost, make sure it's capped. Okay? Really make sure it is capped. That is really important. Make sure that your ES is, I would say, at least 5k. Okay? And make sure your evasion is at least okay, if you really have bad evasion or you're still leveling your gems, then at least have 70%. Okay, at least have 70%. What? Okay, let me show you my evasion now. So if I were to go, my evasion is 13167. This is without flask. Okay, without flask, 61%. If I'm gonna proc my flask, it's gonna be 73%. Okay, and my grace is actually not maxed out yet, so it's gonna be a lot higher. So yeah, you really need the defensive stuff. It's kind of important to have as much evasion as we can.
Just need a moment.
Right, I'm just gonna complete the rest of the map. Yeah, the AoE. Alright, so the AoE for the mid budget, right, is not super big because first of all, we're not taking the area of effect cluster jewel, right? So this is one thing that you need to take note, and that alone is just going to give you so much more AoE. But I think honestly it is fine. It's fine because we are not really going to do like 50% daily, 100% daily. We're not aiming for that. So it doesn't really matter. Honestly, it's more than enough to just farm out and go. Okay, if you want to do some maps, I would suggest maybe do it at least 40%. Yeah, at least 40% is okay. Probably don't go anything more than that. You can try 60%, but it might be a little bit difficult. But yeah, this build is really good against like good in farming daily.